Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Sometimes a man will be completely obsessed with you, and he will never say it out loud. Not because he doesn't feel it. His pride got him locked up tighter than a bank vault on Sunday night. You'll see it in his actions long before you ever hear it in his words. And once you start noticing the signs, oh, this man's heart is not his own anymore. When a man keeps showing up where you are, you didn't even tell him there, baby, that ain't no accident, a full-blown GPS, level obsession in disguise. See, a man like that ain't just bumping into you, he's making sure he gets to feel your energy, your presence. Even if it's from across the room, he'll act like it's all coincidence. Like, oh, seeing you here. But deep down, he's been checking routine like it's his morning news. He knows what time you grab coffee when you hit that gym where you like to shop. He won't ever say it, but he's mapped your world because being near you is the highlight of his day. That man will rearrange his whole schedule just to have a 2-minute accidental encounter that you think just happened naturally. A man don't chase something he ain't serious about. When a man's obsessed, he's strategic. Text you where you at. Because that make it too obvious. Now, smooth with it. He'll happen to be at your favorite restaurant. He'll show up at that mutual friend's event he wasn't even invited to. He'll pull that casual, oh, I didn't know you'd be here, line like it just fell out of heaven. But the truth is, he knew. That man been thinking about you all day, wondering if maybe, just maybe, catch a glimpse of you in person. And it's not even just about seeing you. It's about feeling close to you without having to risk rejection. He may not have the courage to say, I miss you, but showing up. That's his way of saying it silently. He's standing there pretending to be cool, but inside his heart's racing like he's on his first date. He notices what you're wearing, how you smile, who you're talking to. Every detail matters to him. He might not speak it out loud, but his presence screams louder than any words ever could. What's funny is, men like that think they're slick. They believe they're hiding their feelings behind this mask of coincidence. But women, you know, you can feel it. You can sense when someone's not there just to be there. It ain't always obvious. There's a certain look in his eyes, like he's trying to memorize you, like being near you gives him peace. If you pay attention, you'll see how his whole body language changes when you walk in the room. Taller. He fixes his shirt, maybe even pretends to scroll his phone, but his focus is on you. That's the thing about obsession. It's quiet, but it's powerful. When a man keeps showing up, curiosity. It's craving. He's drawn to you like gravity, no matter how hard he tries to play it cool. And even though he'll never admit it, he crosses your path. That's his soul confessing what his lips never will. When a man watches everything you do, but pretends he ain't paying attention, that's a whole different kind of obsession right there. He's not gonna come out and say, "Girl, I've been watching you like my favorite TV show." But believe me, he's tuned in every single day. He might act distracted, like he's scrolling through his phone or busy doing something else. But his eyes, they're locked on you. Every move you make, every expression you give, he's taking mental notes. When you laugh, he's watching how your lips curve. When you talk, he's studying the way you think. When you post something online, he's already seen it before anybody else even hits like. That man might be quiet, but his silence is filled with focus. See, when a man's obsessed, but trying to hide it, a professional observer, he'll remember things you don't even realize you're showing him. You wore a certain perfume once, and now every time he smells it, he thinks of you. You changed your hairstyle, and he noticed before your best friend did, but he won't say a word. He'll play dumb, like, "Oh, you did something different," when really he clocked it the second you walked in. That man is studying your soul through your body, language, through your tone, the little things that most people overlook. And let me tell you, this ain't just some light interest. This is deep. A man don't pay attention like that unless he's emotionally invested. You're in his head all the time, and he's doing everything to not let you know. It's a quiet battle inside him. He wants to stay cool, but he can't help but be fascinated by every single detail about you. You could be telling a simple story. He's not even listening to the words anymore. He's caught up in the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love. You're talking about your day, and he's thinking about how beautiful your voice sounds. That's the kind of obsession that creeps up on a man and takes over before he even knows it. You'll catch him slipping sometimes. Maybe he finishes your sentences or mentions something you forgot you told him weeks ago. That's when you realize he's been soaking everything in. He's not just watching you for fun. He's studying you because he cares, because you've become part of his mental world. He might pretend like he's not listening when you speak, but later he'll bring up that random thing you said about your favorite childhood snack, how you love the rain. That's how you know you've got him. He's locked in. Just say it out loud. When a man watches, but doesn't admit it, that's not ignorance, that's restraint. He's trying to hide what his heart already decided. And the truth is, no matter how much he tries to play it cool, His attention always tells the real story. When a man starts getting jealous of things he shouldn't even care about, you know you've gotten deep under his skin. See, jealousy ain't always loud. It ain't always about arguments or accusations. Sometimes it's in the silence, in that little shift in his voice when you mention another man's name, or in the way his smile fades when you talk about something that doesn't include him. He'll try to hide it like he's cool, like it don't bother him one bit. But deep down, it's eating him alive. That man is battling feelings he don't even want to admit exist. He's sitting there pretending he's calm. Inside, he's boiling like a pot on the stove. Now, a man's ego is a tricky thing. He could tell you he's not yours, that y'all are just friends, that he's fine with whatever. But the moment he sees you laughing too hard at another man's joke, suddenly he don't find it so funny. You'll see it in his eyes, asking questions that sound innocent but come loaded with emotion. Who's that? You talk to him. Often, he's trying to sound casual, but that tone gives him away. That's jealousy speaking in disguise, because obsession makes a man feel like you belong in his orbit, even if he never made it official, competing without even realizing it. You might be talking about something another guy did. Suddenly, he's doing it better. You said a coworker brought you coffee one morning. Best believe he's showing up the next day with your favorite one. Just to remind you who's paying attention. Someone gave you a compliment, and here he comes throwing in two more. Quiet jealousy pushing him to prove he's still the one who matters most in your eyes. He's not going to say, but everything he does is screaming it loud and clear. The funny thing is, half the time, it's over nothing. You might not even be interested in whoever he's jealous of. You could be just talking, being friendly, living your life, but to him, every man around you feels like a threat. That's what obsession does. It makes a man guard something he ain't even claimed. He starts protecting his feelings by pretending he don't have any. He'll say, don't care what you do, but his mood is a different story. He'll get distant, quiet, maybe even act annoyed, but all that comes from one place. He wants to be the only one who gets your attention. Jealousy like that ain't about control. It's about fear. Fear of losing what he can't even admit he has. Stand the thought of someone else making you smile the way you. When a man remembers every little thing you said, like it's scripture, that's when you know you've got a hold on him that he can't explain. Because be real, most men can't remember what they had for lunch yesterday. But when it comes to you, he's got a memoire pepper than a detective on a crime scene. You tell him something once, it's locked in his mind forever. You might not even think twice about what you said, but he caught it and is just waiting for the right moment to bring it back up. Coincidence? That's an emotional attachment disguised as attentiveness. When a man's obsessed, your words become his playlist, something he replays over and over again when you're not around. You could tell him something small, like how you hate being cold, or that you can't stand pineapple on pizza. Next thing you know, he's showing up with a blanket or ordering your pizza exactly the way you like it. That's how you know he's listening. Not with his ears, but with his heart. Say, I care about you, but the way he remembers you, said your mom loves tulips. You once mentioned your favorite color. In passing, that's him speaking love through action. Doesn't hold on to details like that unless you matter to him. And it's not just the sweet stuff he remembers. It's everything. One time you said, you've been hurt before. He ain't forgot. That story you told about your dream vacation. From memory. That one joke you made about never dating a man who can't cook. They're watching cooking tutorials, trying to turn into Gordon Ramsay overnight. That's how deep it gets. You're not just a person in his life. You're a presence in his thoughts. Every little thing you've said becomes part of the way he moves, the way he acts, the way he treats you. You might think he's not paying attention, but then he surprises you out of nowhere. He remembers the date of that interview you had, the exact day. You mentioned losing something, or that little story about your childhood pet. He's collecting your words like treasures. Because to him, you see, when a man's obsessed, your voice, the soundtrack of his mind. He could be driving, hanging out with friends, but something you said will pop up out of nowhere. He'll catch himself smiling like a fool. A man who remembers your words is a man who's invested. He might never say, I'm obsessed. But memory, don't lie. That kind of attention don't come from interest. It comes from emotion. It's the way his mind clings to your words like they mean more than just sound. Because to him, they do. They mean you. When a man tries to act cool, but his actions scream, I'm hooked. You can bet a brother is fighting a war between his pride and his feelings. He's walking around pretending like you ain't got him spinning, but deep down, completely out of character. He'll talk like he's chill, like he's got it all under control. He's doing everything a man in love does without even realizing it. He'll say, I'm not that serious. But he's checking on you, calling you to make sure you got home safe when you need something fixed, making sure you eat making sure you smile. That ain't casual behavior. That's a man trying a heart that's already given itself away. See, this thing and about keeping their cool. We think showing feelings makes us look weak, like it gives away our power. So what do? We start acting like we don't care. But that act never holds up. Love, attraction, obsession, those things will expose a man faster than a lie detector test. He can talk smooth all he wants, but you'll see the truth in what he does. The one calling you when he's not thinking about you. He'll be the one running errands for you when he claims he's too busy. He'll find a way to stay in your life without admitting he wants to. That's that silent confession men make without ever opening their mouths. You'll notice the contradictions all over him. He says he's not the emotional type, but he gets quiet when you talk about other men. He says he's not looking for anything serious. He's protective of you like you belong to him. He'll joke around like he's your friend. The way he looks at you gives him away every time. That man can't hide it, no matter how hard he tries. His body language, his tone, his energy, they all snitch on him. Every time you talk, he's fully present. Every time you smile, he lights up like the 4th of July. But ask him if he's catching feelings, he'll laugh it off. That's his pride talking, not his heart. And the best part, will always tell the truth louder than his words. You might notice he starts doing little things without you asking. He remembers your schedule, message when you're quiet too long, or shows up when you didn't even expect him. He'll tell himself it's just being nice, but that's that emotional pull he can't escape. To look laid back while falling deeper every day. When a man's acting cool, but treating you like gold. You don't need to question it, battling his feelings and losing beautifully. Or the love letter his ego won't let him write, can't walk away even when he says he's done. That's when you know his heart ain't in control no more. His soul is. See, a man can talk tough all he wants. He can say, I'm over her. I'm moving on, or I'm good. But if he keeps circling back, if he keeps showing up, calling, checking in, or finding excuses to be around you, that man ain't done. He's addicted. He's fighting a battle between what his pride tells him to do and what his heart refuses to release. Kind of pull come from logic, from emotion so strong it overrides every ounce of sense he's got left to convince himself. You're just another chapter, but deep down, he knows you're the whole story. When a man says he's walking away, but never truly leaves because something about you touched him in a way he didn't expect. You became part of his rhythm, his routine, his peace. And now, being without you feels unnatural. Delete your number, but still remember it. Block you on social media, but still find a way to see your posts. He'll say he doesn't care. His heart's still writing on the back of his mind every night. So, weakness. That's not happens when love hits deeper than he planned. You've become the one he measures everyone else against, even when he's too stubborn to admit it, to distract himself, maybe even talk to other women, but nothing fits. Nobody sounds like you, laughs like you, or looks at him the way you did. And every time something reminds him of you, that feeling he's been trying to bury, that's when he'll start showing up again out of nowhere. Maybe he texts just to check in or shop. Somewhere you hang out acting like it's coincidence. But truthfully, he's chasing the comfort he lost when he walked away. You're that piece he can't replace. And even though he'll pretend he's fine, that man is restless without you. What's funny is a man like that will act like he's in control the whole time. He'll say he's not attached. He's strong enough to move on. But the moment something reminds him of you, that strength melts like butter on a hot skillet. Real connection ain't something you can just switch off. When you've made a mark on a man's heart, permanent whether he likes it or not. So when he says he's done, but keeps coming back, believe his actions, not his words. His hall standing at your door, even when his pride walks away. Deny it, fight it, run from it. But the truth is, he's already yours in a way he'd never admit out loud.